Welcome to the Knowledge Gumbo podcast. I'm Alicia Thomas. This is a space where we share the stories and wisdom of Black women who shape the world and on whose shoulders we stand. Each week consists of sharing one quote, a little context, and an honest reflection, followed by a question you can carry with you. Let's get into today's quote. The eye is always caught by light, but shadows have more to say. That's from artist and philosopher Margo Jefferson, writing about attention, about what we notice and what we train ourselves not to see. Margo Jefferson has spent her entire career examining culture, identity, and the layered ways we're taught to interpret what's in front of us. Her work reminds us that meaning lives in the margins, in what's left out of a frame as much as what is entered or centered and focused on. I've been thinking about shadows, not as absence, but as information. Because when I look at an image, any image, a family photo, a museum piece, something I'm scrolling past on my phone, I'm noticing now what's just outside the edges. Who took it? What angles were chosen? What got left in the background that either tells a different story or creates a layered focus. I used to think seeing was simple. You look, you register, and you move on. But the older I get, the more I realize that every image I've ever absorbed has been teaching me something. Maybe about beauty, about worth, about who gets to be complex and who gets to be reduced, simplified. It has affected how I take images and what I want to bring to life, what I want to focus on. There's a tension that I've been sitting with between wanting to be seen and knowing that being seen doesn't always mean being understood. I think about family photo albums, the cares, sometimes not, that was taken in creating them, the photos that were kept, the ones that got thrown away. It curated our memories, and decisions were made about what mattered enough to be preserved. And I wonder if there was a mindfulness of what was being done, or if it just felt like, you're keeping house. You have these tons and tons of photos, and you want to clean out the house, and you're just grabbing some to save and then tossing the rest. Now, we're all curators, whether we mean to be or not. Every photo we post, every image we share or scroll past, we're participating in this visual, for lack of a better word, economy that's shaping how we'll be remembered. It's open to the world, and the world has opinions. I don't have answers about how to navigate that. I'm still learning to see the shadows, still learning to ask who benefits when I'm visible and who benefits when I'm not. Still learning that the same image can be empowering in one context and discouraging in another. I have an obligation with the images I share, both mine and others. I have to be careful when I hit that share arrow. And I'm responsible for the images that I also like on these platforms. What I do know is that the images we carry, the ones that stay with us, they're rarely ones that were trying their hardest to be remembered. They're the quiet ones, the ones that caught something true, honest, authentic, even if that truth was uncomfortable. When you close your eyes and think about how you want to be remembered, what image comes to mind and who's holding the camera? That brings us to the end of this week's serving of the Knowledge Gumbo podcast. Thank you for sharing one of your greatest gifts, your time. If this quote stirred something for you, like great gumbo, let it simmer and make the time to share it with love. Until next time, take great care of your mind, your body, and your soul.